So, friends, today in just a few minutes, I'll show you by my own example. Together with you, we will get rid of this belly of yours and make it flat. Of course, you'll say, where will my fat go and yours? It won't go anywhere. For this, you also need to try a diet. Don't eat carbohydrates in the evening, at least start with that. And if you want to eat protein, but we'll put the diet aside for now. Diets are for the weak, but for us, there are exercises that will help us pull in your stomach right now. For this, we need to realize that the abdominal muscles can't work properly if the pelvis is in the wrong position. Do you see the way this gentleman's pelvis is tilted? That's how it's turned. The lower back muscles have tensed up and the distance has decreased. It's become much less than it should be between this 12th rib and the iliac bone at the back because the quadratus lumborum muscle has shortened. And the belly started to stick out forward like this. Why did it start to stick out? Because it became overly involved. The rib cage doesn't function properly during breathing. But here, look, the pelvis is in place, the abdominal muscles are tightened. But here we need to keep two muscles toned. The first is the rectus abdominis and the transverse abdominis. Together, let's consider them as a single unit. Right now, we don't need to separate them in these exercises. The second group, let's also consider as a muscle group. This will be the gluteus maximus and the muscles of the back of the thigh, the hip extensors. This is the second muscle group. This is what we need for pelvic stabilization. And we'll stretch the quadratus lumborum a little, and our stomach will already pull in. Let's see by how many centimeters. Here, as we can see, the back of the thigh has weakened, the gluteus has weakened, the pelvis has tilted forward. So let's turn it back. Here we need balance, you see, between the muscles, these thigh muscles, and the gluteus maximus and the lower back muscles, so that they can exert about the same amount of effort, so that they could beat. Then our stomach will probably pull in, at least in theory, but we'll check that with you right now. First, what are we going to do? We take a measuring tape. A measuring tape, and we measure our stomach at the level of the navel. Also, come on, at least find a ruler and measure what you have before we start our experiment. Here, look, there's no trickery, it's right in front of you. I'm measuring 100. How much is it? I've stretched it. You can see clearly, nothing is sagging anywhere. 103. 103 centimeters. 103, friends. 103 centimeters is our starting point. Let's see what we can achieve. So, friends, today we're going to use a few exercises. The first one is abdominal muscle training with simultaneous stretching of the lower back muscles. For this, we take a roller. It's done lying down. The first exercise, as usual, we always do lying down. Because first of all, it's for warming up, and secondly, most likely you're lying down right now. You place the roller under your own buttocks. You can put something like a pillow or something soft. And now your task is to reach the floor with your lower back, to press your lower back to the floor as much as possible. Actually, it's not even your lower back that you're pressing to the floor, but this area right here where you have it, the groin. The sacrum connects to the fifth lumbar vertebra. You need to try to press this area of the fifth lumbar vertebra to the floor as much as possible. But at the same time, you have a pillow under your buttocks right here. And try to press down. In this position, your pelvis starts to rotate. Feel how your abdominal muscles tense up. And here, it all depends on how tight your lower back muscles are. If it's tight, even when your legs are bent, you'll feel tension and it'll be hard for you to do this. If your muscles aren't too tight, try straightening your legs and try to do the same thing. So You're basically trying to press your own lower back against the floor, the bed, the couch, whatever you're lying on. And in this position, your abs will start to tense up. If you can't press it down at all, try bending your legs and find a position where you can press your lower back down, but at the same time, you have to tense your abs. And now, here's your task. Press down, hold for 3 seconds and relax. Again, press down 3 seconds, hold and relax. Repeat 10 times. Do 2 sets in motion, just like I described, and do 1 set statically. That means you press your lower back down and keep your abs tense, just like this. Now, try straightening one leg first, but keep your abs tense, then bend it, then straighten the other leg. Try not to relax your abs, and keep your lower back pressed down. Pibu Padmai. Then if you can lower your arms down and try to straighten both legs, but keep your abs tense, then bend them again. If doing both at once is too hard, do one at a time, as much as you can manage. Straighten them. Keep your lower back down and abs tense, then bend them again. So, friends, this is our first exercise. What have we achieved? What did we accomplish with this exercise? First, we shifted the load from the lower back to the abs. After this, the pelvis will rotate a little. You can try to walk. You'll already notice that the movement changes a bit because the load will shift from the lower back muscles to the glutes. That's why now we need to put a little bit of load on the glute muscle as well. Why are we doing this? To fix the pelvis in this new, more correct position. At the same time, both the glute muscle and the hamstring will be working here. So, look, friends, you place a pillow between your legs, or you can use a ball. You can. Like this kind of roller. Put your legs together, and lift your pelvis up. At the top point, squeeze your glutes as much as possible, and then relax. Lift up again, squeeze your glute muscles yourself. If they don't tense up on their own, consciously squeeze them at the top, hold for 2 seconds and relax. Lift up again, hold for 10 seconds and relax. Do 2 sets of 10 reps. Now, for the next exercise, remove the roller, lift your pelvis, and in this position, spread your knees apart and bring them together. Again, spread them apart and bring them together. Spread them apart and bring them together. There you go. If this is too difficult, start with the first one. So you place the roller here, lift your pelvis, lower it, lift it, lower it, lift it, hold for a second or 2 and lower it. Here we're putting a load on the gluteal muscle and the hamstring in order to fix the pelvis in the correct position. Now, the next step is the transverse abdominal muscle, which will keep our stomach pulled in. Here's what we do for this. Lean forward a little. Take a breath in. To start, relax your stomach as you inhale so it sticks out, then exhale. And pull your stomach in. And remember the exercise we did lying down when we were pulling our lower back toward the floor. Try to do the same thing, but standing up. So at the moment when you exhale, slightly round your lower back at this moment. And now when you inhale, don't change this position. Keep your lower back rounded as well. And you need to repeat this cycle 5 to 10 times. It will look like this for you. That is, during the exhale, you pull your stomach in, and during the inhale, you don't let your stomach relax, and try to inhale here into your back, that is, into the area that you rounded. These are your quadratus lumborum or lower back muscles. Here is the space between the 12th rib and the iliac bone. And you're used to inflating your belly when you inhale But now try to inflate this area while you breathe in so that it moves, so that all your 12th and 11th ribs move. Started to move. While inhaling, let's go over it again. Inhale, make your belly, pull it in. Exhale, don't let it stick out. While inhaling, which we're about to do, inhale, breathe into your lower back and exhale, pull in even more. Inhale and exhale. Your task is to keep your belly from sticking out while inhaling. Do 2-3 sets of 10 repetitions. Let me do it one more time. I can't talk and demonstrate at the same time, so I'll just do a few repetitions now. Watch how it's done. Since you remember, repeat after me. Now, we won't stop here, will we? That's another 5 centimeters we've gained, but that's not enough for us. We want even more. We can't stop in our desires. So we take the roller. So, friends, we place the roller between the sacrum, your pelvis, and the wall. Hold it so it doesn't fall. Now, what do we do? Taya EVT. Start turning to one side. Your task is to reach the pelvis with your hand. Adatya EVT. Use your shoulder to help your hand reach by turning. First, do it on one side. Then, do this movement on the other side. Now, alternate to one side and then the other. One side and then the other. And now, what are we going to do? Here was the roller, and now we place it a little higher, right on the spot where we were stretching, reaching toward the floor while lying down. Yes, when we pulled in the stomach, we placed it higher, right in the area of the 5th lumbar vertebra. Pull your stomach in. Notice that the lower part of the stomach will be pulled in more. You can bend forward a little bit. This won't interfere with us now because we've shifted the load onto the abdominal muscles. Everything is held by the stomach. And in this position now, keeping your stomach pulled in, try to do the same thing. First, press your lower back to one side 10 times. Find a comfortable position for your lower back and press it right against the roller. Turn to one side 10 times, then turn to the other side 10 times. And now try to straighten up in this position. Increase the distance between your navel and the lower edge of your ribs. There you go, keeping the pressure on the roller, you straightened up, and here you increase the distance and try to do the same thing. It might already be harder. First, try to reach with your hand to one side. Then try to reach with your hand to the other side. And alternately to one side, to the other side, to one side, to the other side. It might not work right away. It might not be a full range of motion, but as you keep practicing, your mobility will improve. So, friends, let's see what all this has led to. Were all these efforts not in vain? After all, we've been through, what was it for? Let's see. All this was for just a few centimeters, and yet there was so much talk about it, yes. Let's see now how much we end up with. I think before that we had 103, right? But check at the beginning to see what it will be. Let's see what we've got there. Well, here is 98. Well, of course, it's also not something like that, yeah? It's not a surprising result. 5 centimeters isn't something you just find. Where would you even get that? So friends, 5 centimeters, if you think about it, that's something. But that's quite a lot. How much is that? In these decimeters. That comes out to 0.5 decimeters, and in a meter, it's 0.005. Well, in short, it's math. Think for yourselves. Figure out if you really need all of this, all these things. But overall, if you keep repeating it, it's not just about beauty, but also about health. You'll learn to breathe correctly, and your stomach will stick out less when you inhale, and you'll immediately feel a positive effect on your posture as well, if you repeat this and do it. So what else can I say to you? Watch, do it. So I guess until the next episodes,